little mic setup while going live. But anyway, while people are trickling in, we're gonna go ahead and start with theme music. 5, 6, 7, 8. La da da la da da ee. La da da. Dap dap deep deep. La da da ee. Stop copywriting me. Nailyah Serenity, that's me. Okay, I can take this out my ear. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Anywho, welcome in. Hey, who's that? Girls these days. Hey, girl, hey. I said girls these days. Honey, the country accent is on 10th out. Wow. Welcome in. Hey, Terrell. How you doing? I'm trying to get this little angle right. Y'all can see my bed and everything. We real up close and personal. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me well? Y'all can hear me? Please say yes. It's my first time with a little mic set up or whatever. But anywho, y'all know the usual. Comment down your sun, moon, and rising so we can know who we dealing with today. But I wanted to come on here and talk about, as you can tell from the title, you can hear me? Great. Does it sound clear? It sounds clear. Wonderful. Okay. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about the misconceptions of the zodiac. Okay. Let me tell you what fused this idea. So I have a friend of mine, Aries in the house. I already know. So I have a friend of mine. He's a Virgo, right? So one particular time we're like at like a lunch date or whatever with like, the fam or whatever. And it's another Virgo there. And somehow we get on the topic and I'm like, yeah, like Virgos can be really irrational. Oh my goodness. Got a Cap in the house, got an Aquarius in the house. Oh my goodness. I called a Virgo irrational. Y'all already know. All hell broke loose. Hey Virgo. All hell broke loose. They're like irrational. And I'm like, yeah, y'all must be irrational. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to cuss. I'm gonna try to control my potty mouth. But yeah. So I'm like, yeah, y'all can be irrational. And they're just like, what? And they're like, coming from an Aries. Not coming from an Aries. Not coming from an Aries. And I'm like, yes, y'all can be irrational. So then, when you say something negative about somebody's zodiac sign, they start chipping in and they be like, well, really, what happens is we be watching y'all, and then when we see how you moved and we move this way, and nah, I can't stand it when people do that. That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to astrology. I can't stand it when people put I just want the best in you. That's all. Look, I can't stand when people put their personal like stories within like the zodiac wheel. But anywho, so he ended up saying he was like, now sometimes we can have a lot of anxiety, and we can overthink. I said, so overthinking and anxiety can't lead to you being irrational. And he made up this whole Virgo thing to kind of like distract me and like say his little point. And I was like, I'm right. And like I said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, I am correct. Thank you. Um, so I say all this to say that one misconception about astrology or about zodiac signs is that your biggest strength is not just your strength. It's also your biggest weakness. I have one video about water signs. It's called elevated versus unelevated. And basically the whole video is just showing that your biggest strengths are your biggest weaknesses. So, if we're using Virgo for example, and of course, this person happened to be a Virgo sun, but this is with anything. This is Virgo sun, moon, Venus, wherever you have this particular sign, it always has its strengths and weaknesses. And 10 times out of 10, smart, but some people fake being one of us, of course. But 10 times out of 10, that strength is also your weakness. And then what also made me laugh was they were like, not coming from my Aries. Boom. You have to understand. Virgo's strength is their mind. Virgos is ruled by who, guys? Tell me who Virgo is ruled by. What planet? Come on, bring it in. I will wait. Do 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 do. I know we know this answer. Thank you. Virgo. Oh my God, guys, my eye is watering. If my mascara drops, I'ma cry. Okay. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Thank you, Terrell. Yes, along with Gemini. Hello. So Virgos are ruled by intellect, logic. Virgos rule the logic side of Mercury. Um, and Virgo's an earth sign, so Virgo is a lot grounded than its counterpart Gemini, who's an air sign, but we're not into that right now. So because logic, linear thought, making things make sense, and rationality is Virgo's strength, that's your superpower, but it's also your kryptonite. So you have to understand we don't live in a world where everything can be linear, where everything can function like 1+1 = 2. So if someone whose biggest strength is making things make sense and breaking it down in a linear way, i.e. Virgo in this particular sense, if that's your biggest strength in a world where that doesn't always apply, when you can't use that superpower, now what do you have? Now here comes the overthinking. Now you're overanalyzing things. Now there becomes the critic. Now you're becoming judgmental because you're trying to apply linear thought to things that don't require or need that. Then, well, like I said, what made me chuckle is that same Virgo was like, you're telling me a Virgo is irrational coming from an Aries? Yeah, I can say that. You know why? I'm an Aries. Aries don't care about being rational. You're coming out your butt. Aries don't care about being rational. That is not our superpower in any way. Literally, Aries' superpower is making the impossible possible. That's our superpower. Aries' superpower is throwing tact out the window and saying F it and just riding on pure adrenaline and making that happen. That's what we do. That's our superpower. We have to work on rationality. That's how I can point out when something ain't rational. Because the thing is, I'm not trying to be rational 10 times out of 10. I don't really care about rationality most of the time. Okay? Why? Because I'm a fire sign. I'm Aries. I'm ruled by Mars, the planet of action. All I care about is action. So I can kind of see when someone who's so rational is having a malfunction because nothing around them is helping them to be rational because they're caught up in their mind. So, boom. I'll be able to peep more when you're being irrational, especially for someone who Okay, let me stop. Let me pooping on Virgos. Let me poop on Aries real quick, because I know everybody likes to put their sign up on the Holy Grail, but I'm gonna talk mess. I'm gonna talk mess about all y'all signs. Actually, I'm gonna talk mess. So let's move on to Aries. So like I said, Aries superpower. My superpower is action. Aries superpower is, like I said, making the impossible possible. So, oh, and feel free to put questions or comments or anything down below. BT dubs. So I thrive off of adrenaline. I thrive off of motivation. I thrive off of ignition. And yes, I'm talking from a first person point of view because I am an Aries, but of course, I'm not trying to make it biased. I'm trying to, y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, cool. So Aries, I strive off of motivation. So when I don't have that spark, when I don't have that motivation, when I don't have that inspiration anymore, it runs out. That thing that's my biggest superpower becomes my biggest weakness. Because I have to have something to maintain. Everything can't be explosive and successful. There has to be something in me that requires discipline. There has to be something in me that requires rationality. I can't use all of my energy in one area and expect for it to work out. So because I have to learn rationality the hard way, rationality actually may be more easier for me to comprehend than it would a Virgo on certain days. It is what it is. It is what it is. So we have to remember that. Leos, since we're on fire signs, Leo's right next to Virgo, and Leo is right next to Libra. Am I right? When is August, September, Virgo? I'm lying. Cancer. I'm over here like Libra. That don't sound right. Okay, right in between Cancer and Virgo. Leos, for example, what is Leo's biggest strength? Please sound off in the comments. I will wait. Do 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 do. I'll slow it down. Do 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 do. Okay, having heart, good answer. Passion, good answer. I'm looking for one word. One word, confidence. Thank you, girls, these days. Self-expression, yes. That's a perk of being a Leo as well. Oh my god, my eye is like really watering like a what is going on? I don't like it. The ego, yes. Leo's biggest strength is their confidence. Period. Their confidence. And it's a fixed sign. So Leo's biggest strength is their consistency. Right? Consistency and confidence. They don't waver. Their confidence never wavers. It stays. It's here. I'm here. Their self-expression is here. Like I said, their biggest strength, also their biggest weakness. Why? Because not everything requires you to say it with your chest. Not everything requires you to prove yourself. Not everything is about how you feel. Not everything is about making a statement. So when this consistent fire isn't necessary, like for example, since Leo represents the sun, I mean, when it's time for the sun to go down and people are tired and ready to go to sleep and it's night time and it's time for the moon to rise and people to zen and the fire is just like, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Like, we don't need it. We don't need it. Now you're feeling some type of way because your feelings are hurt because people are like, oh my God, you're a lot. Please, the sun, go away. Go away. Please. Now your feelings are hurt because Leos thrive off of this reassurance that I am amazing. And because they're consistent fire, they're like, oh, these people, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. And you know what? If you don't see it, I'll show you. And we're like, please do anything but show us that. Oh my God, we get it. We get it. We get it. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Your biggest strength is your biggest weakness. So let's talk about other placements. Let's say if you had a Leo Venus. Actually, because I'm gonna cater to the people who's in the chat. So everyone comment down their Venus, please. Your mom is a Taurus. Lord have mercy. Actually, Taurus moms are like great. I love Taurus moms. That's a nice thing. But the Taurus, you know, I don't even have to say nothing. You already know how Taurus mamas can be. Oh, so we do have a Leo Venus here. All right. I'm going to drag you just a little bit. But it's okay because I'm going to come back and drag myself. I don't want nobody taking it personally. So anytime I drag you, I'm going to come back and drag myself, okay? Okay, we got a Pisces Venus. Great. So I will drag each other. I'll drag you. Okay. Leo Venus, Aquarius Venus, Cancer Venus, 2 Aquarius Venuses. Okay, period. So I'll start with Leo Venus. So that's Aries Venus. Lord have mercy on your soul. So I'm sorry. Okay, so Leo Venus, for example. If you're a Leo Venus, what's your biggest strength? Your biggest strength in love isn't necessarily your confidence, right? That's more of a sun sign quality. Your biggest strength in love, actually, I'm lying. It has something to do with your self-confidence, but it's really like you like to be praised. That's the biggest thing with Leo Venus. You like to be praised and you like to be showered with affection. And because you like to be showered with affection, you shower other people with affection, right? Or your lovers or your partners or your friends. Because you have to keep in mind, just because we're talking about Venus doesn't mean that it only equates to romantic relationships. Venus is a part of your essence. Venus is your feminine energy along with the moon. So we have to keep that in mind. But boom. So if you're a Leo Venus, your biggest strength is making your partner feel loved and also making your partner love you, love how amazing you are. Like your partner or your friends will just love the light that you bring to them. You give great gifts, looking amazing, looking regal, looking like royalty. That is your biggest strength when it comes to your feminine energy, your style, what people love about you. You get what I'm saying? It's also your biggest weakness though. Because any time where you don't feel like You are the queen of Sheba in a relationship, in a friendship. There comes insecurity. So your ego in relationships and in partnerships and in friendships and in life is your kryptonite as well. When it comes to your self esteem is purely fueled by the idea that I am that. Look at me, look at my shoes, look at my makeup, look at how I am. And because this is Venus energy, so this is passive energy, this is receptive energy, this is feminine energy. So people are going to give you that praise, like, oh my God, like they're gonna treat you like royalty. Your partners are gonna treat you like royalty, and also you kind of demand that in a way, right? However, it's your biggest weakness, because if you don't feel that way, now you're demanding it. Now you're becoming a lot. The same way I just described that Leos can be too much in life. When it's time for the sun to go down and the moon to rise up, you become a lot. You become a lot to deal with. Your affection, your love becomes a lot to deal with. And you're just like, oh my God, I just give so much. Yeah, calm down. Chill. Chill. I trust me. I love you, even though I'm on my phone over here taking a moment for myself. It's okay. Let's move on. Like I said, I'll drag myself next. Pisces. Hey, Pisces Venuses who are in here. Hello, Pisces Venuses who are in here. Pisces, the exalted Venus planet. Hello, my fellow. So, Pisces, in general, what do y'all think? I just want to know what y'all think, because I feel like Pisces is one of the most misunderstood. So I just want to, hey girl, I just want to know what y'all think. What's Pisces' biggest strength? I just want to know what y'all think. I know my answer, but I just want to know what y'all think. What is Pisces' biggest strength? Oh wait, dude, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, by the way, if you like to book readings with me, my Virgo written reading is available. Go ahead and book that. It's in the description below. If you want to book career readings, past life regression readings, birth chart baby step readings, all of that good stuff, it is in the description below. You can take a look, scan, see what you want, ask me questions in the comments, or ask me questions on my Instagram. That's Nailyah Serenity. No extra I's, no underscores, no extra T's, no nothing, no dots, no nothing. Just Nailyah Serenity. All right, anywho. People are starting to comment. Okay. Psychic power. Great answer. Their ability to be deceptive. That's a great answer as well. No boundaries. No boundaries is definitely a strong weakness of theirs. But in a way, it can be used as a strength. So yeah. Yes. Okay, Terrell. Terrell wrote a whole paragraph. Yeah, so psychic power is sensitivity, compassion, energy, yada, 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 yada. Yes. So a Pisces' biggest strength is going to be their ability to be one, their ability to be one with consciousness, their ability to be one with the universe. Why? Because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, right? So Pisces may easily feel like they are nothing. You get what I'm saying? Which is why they are so compassionate, because they can see they're one with the universe. They're one with collective consciousness. That's where their compassion comes from. All it is to be spiritual and to be a spiritual being is to understand that nothing even matters. That's really all it is. And to understand that all is one. That's really all it is. Pisces are naturally born with this knowing naturally. That's how they naturally just are. That's their ego. That's what it lies in. Their ego lies in being nothingness, right? Which is a beautiful thing on a spiritual level. When it comes to you living in the 3D, it becomes challenging. But we're not just talking about Pisces Sun. We're talking about Pisces Venus, because we're on the topic of Venus right now, right? Oh, I want to talk about Mars next. Um, so boom. So the biggest strength to having a Pisces Venus and being a Pisces in general is unconditional love. Somebody said no boundaries earlier. Their love has no bounds. A Pisces Venus love has no bounds. You have to understand something in birth charts and in astrology. You can kind of tell how many times people have been on this earth, how many times people have been, how many past lives you had. Like, are you an old soul? Are you a new soul? And you can tell by the placements that they have and the degrees that the placements are in. So someone with a Pisces Venus, 9 times out of 10 have been here a bunch of times, have been here a bunch of times, very old souls. Um, Depends on the degree. But anywho, boundless love, meaning that you understand what it is to actually love. You understand what it means to forget yourself and forget the other person's physical self and understand a soul to soul connection and not judge it, not think about it, just feel it and just accept and know that, wow, I am a soul. I am a being connecting with another beautiful being. It's beautiful. It's a strength because not everybody can get out of their own way to accept that kind of love in their life. However, comma, Pisces Venus, that is your biggest weakness. Pisces in general, that is your biggest weakness. Why? Because if you have compassion for the world, you will accept anything. There is no boundaries. It's boundless. Remember, there is no boundaries. So no matter what a person is giving you, this person can come to you and be like, hey, all I have is poop. That's all I have to give here. And the Pisces Venus or the Pisces is just like, it's okay. I see the intention. Thank you. I love you. I have diamonds. Here, take them all. I don't need them. You need them more than I do. Here, diamonds for you. I'll take the poop. And I'll love this poop with everything just because I knew what you meant by it. Come on. Come on. Come on. The lack of ego is Pisces' biggest weakness and biggest strength. It's their strength because ego is one of the biggest things that people can't get out of their own way with. Even when it comes to reading or being an intuitive, that's one of the biggest things that hold people back is ego. Being like, oh my God, ego is, oh my God, I hope this is right. I hope this resonates with them. I hope this changes their life. That's ego talking. When you're operating outside of ego, then it's just like this, I don't know what this is. This is just what I feel. This is what I feel like you need to know. Boom. And that's when it'll resonate with people. Their lack of ego is their biggest weakness and their biggest strength. Their lack of ego helps them connect to their intuition, but also deteriorates them for what is right in front of their face and things that they should not be messing with. Period. Aquarius Venus, I saw that, and there was two of y'all, so I'm gonna get on that, and then we're gonna move on to Mars. So while I'm talking about this, yeah, so you have the strength to do. You need the ego. Sorry, I need to start reading these out loud so when you watch them in the future, you can know what I'm talking about. Okay, someone said you need the ego so you have the strength to do the things you need to do in your life. Absolutely, we need ego the same way we need the sun. We need the ego, but because the ego can be so strong, we rely just on the ego. That's another weakness. We can't just rely on the ego because if we just rely on the ego, baby, we're lost. We need the ego to get up in the morning and to feel like we have a purpose. But we also need our 12th house energy. We need that other energy. We need the moon. We need Venus. We need Mars. We need Uranus. We need all these planets. We need all of this energy because it's not just us here. And it's not about us. Our ego, what we wake up in the morning, and for our soul, our core identity to be like, yes, this is who I am. This is what I do. Yeah, we need that. Why? Because we are all a piece of the puzzle. And if one of us isn't doing our work, none of us is doing our work. If one of us isn't fulfilling our purpose, none of us is fulfilling our purpose. It still comes all back to one. But a Pisces just be over here like, yeah, it doesn't even matter. Why am I here? Anywho, Venus Aquarius. So Venus Aquarius, what's your biggest strength? Your biggest strength, similar to Pisces, is being free. Freedom. Aquarius is also an older, a wiser sign, meaning it's a sign that can point to a lot of reincarnations, meaning that you've been on this earth a lot of times, still depending on the degree. So Aquarius' biggest strength in general is their intellect, not their logic, like a Virgo or a Gemini or their quick wit, but their intellect, their ability to understand and overview things. So because they have this ability to understand and overview things when it comes to the Venus area in particular, They have the ability to understand and overview love. So because Aquarius isn't the most emotionally attached sign, they have the ability to not get caught up in this chaos that a lot of people are caught up in when it comes to quote unquote love. This delusion when it comes to love, right? Venus Aquarius strength is friendship. Venus Aquarius strength is the meeting of the minds, another person to another person, and the ability to truly understand someone else as well. Aquarius are very good at understanding people because they dissect people. They're like scientists, they're geniuses, so they can really understand people and understand love, and also understand that love isn't property. Love isn't possessive. So they understand how to give someone their space and how to and making sure that people respect their space. Yes, friends before lovers, right? Now, their weakness is trust. That's their weakness. They trust themselves. They don't trust other people. Their weakness is trust because they know their intellect tells them people are not trustworthy. Right? They don't trust anyone, therefore they don't like commit to anyone either. So their intellect is just like, what? Like, there's so many people in the world. Like, why would I just stay down with one person? Which is fine. But they can love Venus in Aquarius. That's what we're talking about. Can love in a very intellectual way. So it's like, yeah, you're my friend, but I am kind of scared to make you closer than that. They can get caught in that because even when you are lovers, it's still that boundary of like, this is too much, too many emotions. I don't know where to do it. I don't know where to put it. I'm the water bearer. I'm not the water girl. So we're going to have to chill out. And I don't know, like, call me, roast me or something so I can feel normal again. Like, that's their biggest weakness is intimacy. They don't like that. They like to intellectualize and see into other people, but they don't like it when other people see into them. They be like, whoa, stop, back it up, back it up, back it up. Boundaries now. They don't like that. Anywho, okay, someone says, I have Mars and Jupiter in Aquarius. I feel the same way. Please don't try and control me. I also have Venus in Aries. Oh, yeah, girl. No, I will leave you to control yourself. Yeah, Venus in Aries, baby, baby. Hi, Dashmina Dance. How you doing? I just got through talking about Pisces, girl. You missed it. Okay, so we're talking about Mars. Someone said Mars Aries. Please comment your Mars signs, okay? Before I get into specifics, Mars in a chart. I just want to say this also really quick since we're talking about zodiac misconceptions. People wear, oh, you heard me? Okay, cool. People wear their chart differently, okay? Mars Capricorn, I'm happy you said that because I want to talk about it. People wear their chart differently. So you can see somebody with a birth chart. Like, I have a birth chart twin. I've met actually 2 birth chart twins, and I'm like, oh, cool. We wear our charts totally differently. Yes, because maybe we have different rising signs. Yes, because maybe our degrees are different. Yes, because it's nature versus nurture. But at the end of the day, people wear their chart differently. So something I can see on paper, some perk that I have as an intuitive astrologer and not just as a mathematical astrologer is that I can feel the chart when I look at it, and I can feel what kind of person this is and how they're wearing their chart. You know, sometimes, like, say if I'm giving dating advice, like, I'll have a lot of people be like, okay, look at his chart or look at her chart. Like, what's up? What I need to know. And I'll tell you, like, I try not to misjudge people, and I try not to tell people, like, you don't need to do this. Now, there are some signs. There are some placements where I'll be like, run for the border. I'm sorry. There is no taking chances for this. You need to not do this at all. But 10 times out of 10, I'm going to be like, okay, well, you need to see how they are. If they're more like this, if they start to do this or they start to act like this, that's a red flag for them. This is a red flag for them. It may not be a red flag for somebody else's chart, but for them, that's a fat red flag. And you need to run for the border or at least call them out on their ish and see if they try to play you like that again. But if they do this, like, they're going to expect them to do this. Like, oh, expect them to want to be very committal. Like, they're that kind of person. You have certain placements in your chart that make you run away from that. So you're going to be scared. But really, this person is trustworthy. They trust them if they do this, this, and this. But if they do this, this, and this, run. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, people wear their charts differently. So I say all this because we're about to talk about Mars, okay? Mars is a very huge part of your chart. Yes, it talks about the fun things like sex and libido. But Mars is how you move. It is your masculine energy. Venus is your internal feminine energy. Mars is your masculine energy, right? Shows how you move, how you accomplish a task. When you wake up in the morning, how do you get out of the bed? In what way do you walk to your bathroom? In what way do you exit a room? It's physical. Everything is masculine, right? Bow. So Mars in a chart is important as well because even though your sun sign is who you are, your Mars is the militia for your sun. Your Mars takes order from your sun. So if your sun is in Leo, for example, actually we already talked about Leo. Let me get a different one. Ew, there's a fruit fly. Get away. What sign did we not talk about? Capricorn. No, because I want to talk about Capricorn Mars. F it, I'll talk about Capricorn. So if your sun is in Capricorn, your sun and your ego is like, yes, so we have to be organized, we have to be orderly, we have to have a game plan, period. Right? But your Mars is in Aries. So your sun's like, yeah, we need to be respected, we need to be powerful, we need to be organized. Do that. That's what your sun is saying to your Mars. And your Mars Aries is just like, aye, Captain, doing it right now. Like, we can't wait to do that. Now, Aries being the tactless kind of sign it is, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to get respect and we're going to get order like the sun said, but we're going to get it right now. So you may be a bit more of an aggressive Capricorn. You may come off a lot more aggressive than most Capricorns are. And you may not even realize that you're coming off as aggressive. Why? This is your masculine energy. You can't even help how you evoke and how you move, how energy moves through you. That's your Mars, how energy moves through you. Okay? It's not just sex. Mars isn't just oh my god, yeah, they real good in bed. Also another misconception I want to do. Somebody recently commented under my post. It was my Taurus versus Scorpio opposites but the same video, and the topic is sex. That's the first video I made about astrology. It's really popular. I like that video. If you want to go watch it, you should go watch it. And somebody, who didn't really comprehend the video commented, and they were like, well, I disagree. My best sexual experience was with a Gemini and yada 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 yada. And I'm just like, you didn't watch the video. And if you did, your comprehension is really off, because the video wasn't to say that Taurus and Scorpios are the best at sex. No one said that. Some people would say that because that's their experience, but no one says that. I'm not going to sit over here and say a sign is the best at sex and this person has the biggest PP. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is what sex means to them and what sex is to them and what it is a part of their life. And why sex is such a huge part of their life, whether you feel like that's the best partner you had or not. Anywho, back to Mars. So let's see some of the Mars signs that we had in here. I'm gonna talk about Mars Capricorn first. Mars Capricorn, oh my goodness. I'm not even going to lie. A lot of times when I meet someone with Mars Capricorn, I initially don't like them. Now, keep in mind, this is me talking from a biased place, but I'm also going to wrap it up and bring it to a whole. Y'all know I don't stick to the biased place too much. Okay? I'm coming back. But let me speak my piece. 9 times out of 10, I know, I'm sorry. I know you have Mars Capricorn, but I'm going to talk mess real quick. 9 times out of 10, when I meet someone with a Mars Capricorn, I don't like them. It's something about them I don't like. Even if we kicking it, cooling it, laughing, we cooling, it's something that I'm just like, ugh, like, you're really annoying. Like, what is that? Every single time, I'm like, I don't know what your sign is. Like, what's your sign? Oh, you this? Okay. There's something else in that chart. Boom. Look up the chart. Mars Capricorn. I'm like, God dang it. That's what it is. The frickin' Mars. That's what it is. Why? Because Mars is an aggressive, abrasive energy. It's Aries energy. It's war. It's masculine. When you think about masculine energy, just think about cis white men in America. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Just think about cis white men in America in a meeting, in a business meeting. The person who talks the biggest and the loudest wins. Nothing they have to say makes sense, but the person who's speaking the biggest and the loudest is just like, what are you talking about? This is what no, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how. Anybody who throws their PP the hardest wins, and it's just like, that man, he's a real man. He knows what he's talking about. No, he's just speaking loud. That's it. He's speaking loud and being disrespectful and claiming his masculinity. That's all he's doing. That's it. Anywho, sorry. So boom. So because Mars is this I don't care energy, I'm doing it energy, I'm the militia energy. When you have Mars Capricorn who is exalted in Mars, meaning when you're exalted in Mars, the planet of war, you don't take no for an answer. You don't take defeat for an answer. And I'm not just talking, of course, this is great when it comes to business, when it comes to winning a war, winning an argument. Like, this is a great placement. Don't get me wrong, because you're going to win. Mars has all this energy. Capricorn's the orderly planet. You are structured enough to use this energy wisely. You're not the type of person who's going to jump around your room because you just have so much energy like I and Aries would do. I'm like, I'm bored. I need something to do. La, 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 la. Like, just utilizing your energy in dumb places. Like, no, it's like, okay, I have all this energy in me. I need to work out. Okay, I have all this energy. I may as well get some paperwork done. Like, it's very orderly. I love it. However, there's a certain level of entitlement that Mars Capricorns don't even realize that they have. And that's the gag of it all. That's why Mars is so important, and important for you to understand about yourself, because you don't even realize that you're doing it. 10 times out of 10, you don't know that this is how you are, or how you're coming across, or how you're moving. It just is how you move. You don't know how else to move besides your area, especially men. But it's this sense of entitlement that comes along with being a Capricorn Mars. You don't accept defeat. Like I said, you don't accept defeat. This could be great in certain areas, but when it comes to you trying to have a healthy relationship and a person's just trying to talk to you and you go into your lawyer mode of like, no, this is why I'm right. Even though you know you're wrong, it's like, I have to win. I will not accept defeat. No defeat. No defeat. Pew, 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 pew. And the person's just like, oh my God, I can't even get out. I can't even speak to you. And just like, you can't speak to me. I can't speak to you. It's too much. Mars, chill. And Capricorn Mars doesn't have a chill pill. It has to win first and then calm down. And then every other sign kind of comes into play. And it's just like, you know what? Okay, I hear where this person's coming from. But the gag is, you're not going to hear where this person's coming from unless they come back to you and be like, okay, now you're calm. Now that you're not on 10, now that you're not in argument mode, let me talk to you like a regular human being. Then you'll digest it. But otherwise than that, oh, you're going to think you're right. Mars Capricorn, the reason why I said they normally rub me the wrong way is that I can always feel this slight cockiness with the Mars Capricorn. Always feel this slight cockiness. For the longest time, I thought it was going to be a Mars that I could never like hang out with, that I could never be friends with. I was just like, I don't know about that one. I don't know how people do that one. I don't like that one. I don't know. But I met a few people who wear it very well. Oh, it's still there, and it's strong and thriving. Don't get me wrong. But I met a few people, like, for example, I know 2 Pisces, actually. I've been meeting a lot of Pisces and reading a lot of Pisces with Mars Capricorn. And they have that slight entitlement attitude, too. They don't know it, though. It's really innocent. They don't know it. It's just very bossy, and it's very much, and I respect how they are with business, because they can seem so sweet and nice and just like, oh, I'm just me, and then they get into business, and they're just like, yeah, no, this, bop, 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 and it's just like, yeah, Captain, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Like, you know, like they really do it well. But because Pisces is such a passive sign, I've met a lot of these people with a lot of water placements who are actually really meek and timid, but this Mars Capricorn is really what saves their chart. It gives them a backbone because they ain't got no backbone nowhere else. And I'm like, you know what, baby? Even though this Capricorn is annoying my Aries, you needed that Capricorn. I thank God. You better thank God every day for your Mars Capricorn. Anywho, moving on. Let's talk about another Mars. Who else is in here? Do. Hello? I know somebody else coming. Oh, Mars Scorpio. Let's talk about Mars Scorpio. I'm giving away too much. See, I can't tell you my whole chart. I was about to tell you. Shh. So, exactly. Shh. That's a good segue for Mars Scorpio. So, Mars Scorpio. Any Mars Scorpio that you meet is going to feel like a Scorpio when you meet them. Let me just say this. Any Mars sign There's certain Mars signs where you may not feel that energy as much. I'm gonna get those are normally mutable Mars signs, except for Pisces. I'm sorry, any Mars Pisces you can kind of feel it, but basically Virgo, Sagittarius, nah, Gemini too. I can feel Gemini Mars. Anywho, I don't know. Forget, scratch what I said. But there's certain Mars placements that you can't really feel too much, unless their other signs aren't as obvious. You get what I'm saying? Like for example, I know a Cancer, and he's a Mars Virgo, and he's very like I can actually feel his Mars Virgo. I would have never guessed Mars Virgo because Mars Virgo is kind of hard to guess, but I can feel his Mars Virgo because of how logical he is, and he's a little nerd and a little brainy, but he has like Cancer and Libra and like Taurus, like other things in his chart that wouldn't like overshadow his Mars energy. Cool. But I said all this to say basically your Mars sign is kind of like your sun. A lot of people may think that you are your Mars, um, and not your sun, 9 times out of 10. Or the thing that makes you is just like, oh well, you're an Aries, but you're a different kind of Aries. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course it may have something to do with my Venus and everything else too, but a lot of times like that Mars is strong, and 9 times out of 10 you don't realize how strong your Mars is because you're just doing it. You can't help it. So Mars Scorpio, 9 times out of 10, every time I met a Mars Scorpio, I can tell. I'm like, you got Scorpio on your chart. I feel it. I feel it. I feel the intensity. I feel it. You got some kind of Scorpio in your chart. I don't know where it is, but it's there. Because Mars Scorpio is hot. Mm. Mars Scorpio is hot. Do we want to talk about sex? I feel like we should save sex for another live. I'm not going to talk about sex on this one. We're getting too many things. This is supposed to be misconceptions. So I'm going to try to get back on topic. Well, we're not going to talk about sex right now, but we're going to talk about Mars Scorpio. So let me say this. How about this? A misconception about Mars Scorpio is that they're sex crazed. A misconception a misconception about Mars Scorpio is that they want sex 25/8, and that they are the best in bed, and that they I was about to say something that was a misconception. However, it's kind of true, so I'm not going to say it. So, boom. Truth about Mars Scorpio is that Mars Scorpio is very defensive. Not in an Aries way, though. It's not outwardly defensive. It's inwardly defensive, meaning that they don't trust anything around them. They're always on guard. Mars Scorpio and Scorpio 8th house placements. Can't forget about them houses, baby. Scorpio 8th house placements especially see everything. They see everything. They see you see them. Oh my God, it's a fruit fly and it's attacking me. Okay. They see you see them. They see everything. They peep everything. They know everything. And they're good at disguising themselves. You have to think about it. Mars is the way you move. So if you move like a Scorpio, what does that mean? That means you move in silence. You move without too many people seeing you. You move in secret. A lot of times when I love Mars Scorpio. That's actually one of my favorite placements. Depending on the rest of the chart, because sometimes I'll see a Mars Scorpio and I'll be like, dang, I like you, but I cannot trust you as far as I can throw you. It's too many things in that chart that's secretive and deceptive, and I don't like it. So sorry, babe, we can't be friends. But anywho, but Mars Scorpio is that kind of person who always is like probably like whispering a secret to you, or even if it's not something that's a secret, it's like they move like it's undercover, like it's weird. I love it though, because I love people that know how to shut their mouth. I love people that know how to shut their mouth, and Mars Scorpio is that type of person. It depends. It depends on the rest of the chart. 9 times out of 10, they're the type of person though, but it depends. So yeah, for example, a Mars Scorpio was in my class and they were quiet. I barely even saw them. Like, I barely paid attention to them, because you have to understand it's ego, because it's masculine energy, but it's not the sun. The sun is brilliant. So where a lot of Scorpio suns think that they're just so secretive and so private, you're not. I mean, let we talk about misconceptions. Let's talk about it. Scorpios are really not that private. I'm going to say that right now. Cancers, to me, are more private than Scorpios. The Cancers seem like they be telling all their business, but really, you don't know everything about a Cancer. Pisces are more secretive and private than Scorpios. And even then it seemed like a Pisces be telling all their business, but you don't know everything about a Pisces. Scorpios are actually they're secretive, but they're not private. They're not. I remember I would be so confused anytime I've like came into contact with a Scorpion. Now keep in mind, I consider myself a trustworthy person. I also have a few the placements where my Scorpio and or eighth house Pluto placements sit are in placements that kind of reflect Scorpio energy. So maybe it's just my experience, but no, I'm gonna just say it. So I feel like I'm pretty trustworthy, and a lot of times if I sit down and talk to a Scorpio for over a few minutes, like they kind of tell me their business. You get what I'm saying? And you know, a Scorpio's business ain't ever nothing real light and fluffy. It's always some shit. It's always something. It's just like, whoa. It always kind of smacks you in the face, and it's just like, okay, we're here now. Good to know. Wow. All right, we're there. Let's keep going. Now, like I said, I'm a trustworthy person, so I ain't the type of person to just tell your business or just be like, girl, tell me why Sarah said. Like, I don't really care. But Scorpios really aren't that private. They're just secretive. So, like I said, having a Mars Scorpio is different from a Sun Scorpio because a Sun Scorpio is the mysterious one, but out loud. It's an ego thing. It's just like, yes, I'm mysterious. You don't know anything about me. And it's just like, babe, half these people over here know your business, but nobody's actually going to say anything because you make them feel like it's a secret just between us. Don't say anything. Even though I told you, and you, none of you guys should know that I told any of you because why are you talking about it amongst each other? You get what I'm saying? Anywho, Mars Scorpio actually kind of moves the same way. So, boom, back to Mars Scorpio. Like I said, everything feels like a secret. Mars Scorpio could be telling you to grab them a drink from the bar, and it seems like it's like an undercover job. Like they'll come over you and they'll be like in your face, like in your space. They move like a Scorpio, so they move intrusively when they're speaking to someone. When they're speaking to someone or interested in someone, they're gonna come close because they want to see you. They want to see you and they want to feel you, and then they want to see how you react to them. It's just like, yes, it's like yeah, so da 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 da. And the thing is, they'll be talking to you about they'll be talking to you, and it could be something so like about the weather. It'll be something so like regular, but you're feeling their energy so intensely, and it's a test. They move like a Scorpio. Of course, they're testing you, especially if they like you or they're considering you to be friends. No, they want to be in your energy and see how well you can take their energy. How real are you? You real? You got heart? Show me. Mars Scorpios move like Scorpios. Their energy, their masculine energy, their movement is of a Scorpio, of a scorpion. Okay? Nobody knows how crazy a Mars Scorpio is. Nobody knows. You don't know until you know. 9 times out of 10, you'll meet Mars Scorpios and you will think that they are the most polite people, most gracious, and they are. They know how to be polite. They know how to be gracious. They know. Catch them on some crazy-ish one day. And they be in some crazy-ish. Just catch them. Catch them one day. Be there. Be the fly on the wall. Don't be scared now. Don't be timid now. Go with them and see what kind of adventure you get into. They're going to be liberated because they have all this energy. They have so much energy just waiting to be used. Sydney McLaughlin, the track star right now. She's a Virgo, but she's a Mars Scorpio. You know how many girls trying to know her secret? Ain't no secret, girl. It's pure adrenaline. It's pure passion that she running off of. She broke record after record after record after record after record. She been waiting. And you could see in the beginning, if you look up Sydney McLaughlin, you could see in the beginning of her running, she's zoned out. She's on pure intensity. Everybody else, when they're waving at the camera, they're like, oh, hi. You could tell they're nervous. She's like, you could hear her talking to herself. She's like, no, we're going to do this. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Like she's in her own energy. Nothing else matters. It's a fixed sign. She's going. Mars Aries. Okay, mama son, I got you. Mars Aries. So Mars Aries moves like Aries. I can't. Me being an Aries, I'm not going to lie. I get slightly secondhand embarrassment depending on Mars Aries, depending on what they have in their chart, depending on if they have any other grounding energy, because y'all act so quickly. Okay. The misconception about Aries people in general is that we always ready to fight somebody. Always ready to fight somebody. And I'm like, who said that? Who said? Now I'm lying. We are always ready, but we're not always trying to fight somebody. We're not always trying to pick a fight. You'll find Libras, our opposite signs, picking fights and fighting people more than you will find an Aries picking fights and fighting people. Now we're gonna get into a friendly debate. We like to have fun, but we don't like to fight people. Now Mars Aries though. Mars Aries are the fighters. You gotta think about it. Mars Aries are the fighters. They get triggered quickly, ignited quickly, keys to ignition quickly. Everything's quick. Everything's spontaneous. They want to do something. They want to do it right now. I have a Virgo friend. He's a Mars Aries. I'm the Aries. Keep in mind, I'm the Aries, and he be so ready to do stuff. And I'm like, dang, can I chill? Can I eat first? I'm not ready yet. And he's like, no, let's go now. And I'm like, no, why? Why now? Calm down. I'm the Aries telling the Virgo to calm down. Calm down. Chill. Like, they be so ready. Even with sex, ready. The thing is, they're Aries Mars don't have to have foreplay. They be ready. They be ready all the time. So the worst thing to do with the Aries Mars in an argument is to start being disrespectful, because you being disrespectful, all hell breaks loose. 9 times out of 10, they probably gonna be the one that start being disrespectful first. Like, you arguing with a Mars Aries, like Mars Aries is the type. I don't mean to drag your Mars, but I gotta give it to you. Mars Aries is the type to be like, so if it's just like, why'd you leave this out all day? Like, you arguing with your sister or something. Why'd you leave this out all day? And it's like, what you mean why I left this out all day? Da 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 da. And it's just like, no, why'd you leave this out all day? I'm sick of you. Oh my God, like, you just so dirty. It's like, dirty, girl, you dirty. You da da da, and you slept with 5 da 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 da, bop 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 bop, like ready to start something. Now y'all fighting. Aries Mars is the one that will throw the first punch. I'm tired of all the talking, all this conversating. Let's go. Like, I'm ready. So the same way Aries Mars is ready to throw the first punch is the same way that in sex, Aries Mars doesn't care about foreplay. It's like, you turn me on, now I'm ready to have sex. I'm ready to get to the do. Like, I don't care about none of this. I'm ready to get to the act. This kissing, touching, hugging, that's cute. All right, let's go. I'm ready. Like, they're so impatient. Oh my God. Keep in mind, my sun and my moon are both in Aries. He. We got totally off topic, y'all. This was misconceptions about zodiac signs. But, I like to talk to y'all. You said Mars and Aries tend to pick fights. Yes, because they're bored. That's the thing. Mars loves being in Aries, but Aries is a sign that likes fun. I told you, we don't care about tact. We don't care about none of that. We be bored. We need to utilize our energy somewhere. So it's just like, you bored. You got all this energy. You got to spark a fire. Now let's pick fights. I'm bored. Let me irritate somebody. I'm bored. God, this is fun. Yay. Like, let me annoy somebody. Like, that's Mars Aries energy. Like, they just kids. They're literally kids. I'm going to say it again. They're literally kids. Okay, please. Difference between moon in the 8th house and Scorpio moon. Okay. Okay, this is probably going to be one of the last things I speak of, because this is going on an hour. Anytime I talk about Scorpio and 8th house energy, it's just a lot. I'm just be like, oh my God. There's so much to talk about. Okay. The difference between moon Scorpio and the difference between moon 8th house. Okay, bet. So let me say something about moon Scorpios. Moon Scorpios are drama queens, okay? Sorry to any moon Scorpio in there that is taking that personally. It's the truth. Look, it's the truth. Moon Scorpios are drama queens. Let me tell you why they're drama queens. Because moon Scorpios hold on to things. I know this Capricorn who is a moon Scorpio, and she was telling me about how she was sad one day. She came in, she was just sad. And she's sad a lot. She's sad a lot. This is a Scorpio moon trait. She sat a lot, and she came in and she was just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's wrong with you? My Aries moon ass. What's wrong with you? She's like, nothing. Moon Scorpio trying to keep their emotions private. Your emotions are written on your face. I know you're sad. I know you're sad. What is it? Please let me pry it out of you. I'm like, okay then. A few times go by, she walked past looking bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Yes, a few more times. I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? You want to talk about it? I know you do. What? She lost her bracelet. She lost her bracelet that she loved dearly because Scorpio moon and actually 8th house really hold on to possessions. Possessions mean a lot to them. You get what I'm saying? She lost her bracelet. It was a crystal bracelet. She's had it forever. I think like her friend or somebody gave it to her a long time ago when she never lost it before and she can't find it. And she's never lost it and she's looked everywhere and she's sad. When I tell you she was sad about this bracelet for 3 days straight. 3 days straight. Now, me knowing that she's a moon Scorpio, I gave her grace. I said, Nailyah, don't act like she's being a drama queen. It's really hurting her heart that she lost her bracelet. She's not okay with that right now. So just give her grace. Be like, oh, I'm sorry, baby, about your bracelet. I'm sorry. You don't want to buy another one. I already knew she didn't want to buy another one. I'm just trying to make conversation. She's a moon Scorpio. She don't care about another one. She wants that bracelet. And she's like, no, it just won't be the same. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But, you know, you got to, now me trying to coach, I'm like, you know, you're a little moon Scorpio. You got to learn to let stuff go. This is a big representation of God showing you. And this is when all the planets was in retrograde too. This is a big representation of God trying to tell you that you got to start being a little less attached to things that don't matter. Because the more attached you are to things that don't matter, the things that do matter is just going to take you to the flow. They're going to take you out. They're going to take you out, baby, because you are distraught over this bracelet that you can replace. And she's like, I know, because, you know, with people, like, I'm the same way. Like, I don't do good with, like, letting go of people. I'm like, yeah. Use the bracelet as think of the bracelet as an easy way out of a big lesson. Use the bracelet as that. Write about it, baby. Do something. Okay. So, boom. Moon Scorpios are going to be in their feelings about anything. You get what I'm saying? The sign, because their emotions run in the sign of Scorpio. So, everything is a life or death issue, or every little thing seems like a life or death issue. Hence, me losing my bracelet. Oh, my God, the world just ended. You get what I'm saying? Somebody that I trust hurt my feelings. And because they hurt my feelings, I feel like they betrayed me. Oh, my God, the world has ended. The world has ended. Everything is huge. When we bring something into a house, that's when things become more real. Okay? So things actually become life or death issues in the house. It's not, you're not a drama queen at this point. Oh, you said, can I speak louder? Can you hear, is the mic on? Like, is it working? Can you guys hear me through the mic? Okay, thanks. Okay, cool. Good to know. I'll keep the mic here. Okay. So, things become a lot more real in the 8th house. Whenever I see someone's chart and I see that they have Scorpio placements, I'm like, oh my God, they so extra. But when I see 8th house, I'm like, dang, they got a lot going on. I feel bad for them. Like, they really be having stuff going on. Someone who has moon in the 8th house actually has serious issues with their parents. Serious issues could mean you just have a really toxic relationship with your parents. I mean, toxic relationships can run in the Scorpio moon. Like I said, Scorpio is going to be more of the energy of Scorpio, not the actual Pluto Scorpio energy. Pluto Scorpio circumstances, but the energy of Scorpio. So you could have a toxic relationship with your parents, or your parents could be your parents' relationship can be strained, but in the 8th house it becomes more real. So your mom may have health issues. She may have cancer. You may have had to take care of her and watch her die on her deathbed. Like, it becomes real. Everything becomes real. You get what I'm saying? It's nothing to play with when you come to the 8th house. It could be as far as, because 8th house is a sign of secrets and taboo and sexuality. It could even be, depending on the aspects, depending on the placements and what it's assigned to. It could be there was a lot of sexual abuse in your family. It could be. It could be. It could be so many different things. Just understand that when it's the 8th house, it's no longer, oh, I'm being dramatic. It's, oh, I'm sad for 3 days. No one knows what I'm sad about, and I don't really want to tell anybody what I'm sad about because this is real life-ish that nobody's going to understand. Scorpio moon can do the same thing, can have some of the same circumstances, but it's never going to be as dire as an 8th house moon. Now, if you got Scorpio in the 8th house, well, baby, book a reading. My heart goes out to you, cause dang, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, so the sign is kind of like how you handle your emotions. The house is 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 what's affected. Why what your emotions are affected by. Okay. Is that the same as having Scorpio as your rising sign, or as we also extra, or are we also extra dramatic? Actually, Scorpio rising to me isn't that dramatic. Can be. It can be, like I said, depending on the aspects. Like, say, if you're the type of person that's a Scorpio rising and you have certain aspects to Pluto and the fifth house, and you like are the person that has hella body augmentations. Is that the word? Augmentations? Sure. Like you have hella piercings, hella tattoos, always wearing black, dark eyeliner, like just you just go in on the gothic era. You get what I'm saying? To me that's a little dramatic, but I mean it's style, so it's nothing wrong with being dramatic. But yeah, changing a body is an augmentation. So yeah, yeah, I think I meant what I said. I have Lilith in the eighth house, Cancer. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. Real quick, I am an Aries, sun and moon. If you know, you know that I laugh at inappropriate things. Okay? A lot of times when I laugh, it's not because I'm laughing at you or I think it's funny. I do think it's funny, but I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Someone said, "What sign are we on?" Somebody just asked about Lilith Cancer in the eighth house. Ooh, I've been on here for like over an hour. Okay, guys, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. So when it comes to Lilith, Lilith is a very important part of the chart. Whoa, 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 because it's your shadow self. It's the part of you that doesn't necessarily have an ego, doesn't necessarily have emotion. It's a energy. It's an energetic part of you that is your dark side. It's your defense mechanism to the world. And you can't really help it. You don't even really see how you do it. It is just part of you. And like I said earlier that there's certain placements or certain charts that you can give me. When I look at that Lilith and see how it's aspected or see what sign that Lilith is in, I will tell you to run for the border. Run for the border. You don't need to mess with this person. This is a red flag times 20. Do it at your own discretion. But anywho, what was I saying? Lilith, Cancer, eighth house. Okay, great. So Lilith, Cancer in the eighth house. Lilith in the eighth house in general. I'm gonna say this: Lilith is the type of planet that gives you an idea of who has the capacity to kill someone. It's your dark side. You can look at someone's Lilith and see if they have the capacity to kill someone. Um, the only other thing that can maybe suffice for this is maybe if they have hella eighth house placements or 12th house placements or something like that. But you can look at someone's Lilith and see if and see if they're likely to kill someone. Okay, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, your chart always makes sense with one another. So say if I said like, oh, unless you have like a lot of eighth house placements, normally if you have like hella eighth house placements or something, like your Lilith is gonna be in something that complements like your eighth house placements or that goes like hand in hand. It's like, yep, and the Lilith just topped it off, right? You know what I'm saying? Anywho. So Cancer in the eighth house basically means that you definitely have the ability to kill someone. When I say ability, I mean the heart, the consciousness. Not saying that you're a bad person. I'm just saying that if your wall's against the back and the back against the wall, I mean, if somebody got to go, you don't mind making that decision with Lilith in the eighth house. Um, Lilith in the eighth house is a natural witch. Lilith in the eighth house in Cancer, especially, you have to be mindful of being a very toxic mother. That's just it's laid out in plain. It could be one of your biggest fears to be a toxic mother or to not be a good parent. Cause I can't, I don't remember the name who said it. I don't know if you're female or male, but to just be a toxic parent in general could be one of your biggest fears, or being a bad parent could be one of your biggest fears. Losing your children could be one of your biggest fears. If you don't have children, then that same motherly or parental essence can come when it comes to friendships, when it comes to your pets, when it comes to relationships. You could be very, very toxic and smothering. Um, and emotionally manipulative if you don't feel like you're receiving the love that you desire. Um, You can become very vengeful if you don't feel like you're receiving the love that you desire or the respect that you feel you should have as such and such and such. You can provide for people only to get something in return. You can be a leech if you wanted to. You have more than the ability, whatever that's the word we're using right now, to provide for yourself, to get what you need, to build a legacy, to build, like, you're a very powerful person. But I have to talk about the bad and I have to talk about the good, especially when we are talking about Lilith. Lilith is cutthroat. It just is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Period. So Lilith and Cancer are the type of people who will get into witchcraft, but like it's a lot of Lilith Scorpios and a lot of Lilith 8th house people who don't realize how powerful they are, or who may know it but act like they don't really know what they're doing, or don't think they know what they're doing, so it doesn't count. And it's like, no, it counts. Lilith 8th house people are the type of people to light a candle and wish for something to happen, and it happens. They have a lot of power. You guys have a lot of power in your tongue, a lot of power in your manifestations. If someone ever pisses you off, literally the thought of that person dying comes to your head. The thought of killing that person comes to your head, and it's just something that you're just like, all right, chill. You know that reel or that TikTok that's just like, we could really kill somebody if we wanted to. And it's like, whoa, whoa. It's like, but we won't. But we won't. Yeah. But in Cancer, it's giving very, very manipulative. Anytime I see a Lilith Cancer and they give me them puppy dog eyes, or we get into an argument or something, or I'm seeing someone else get into an argument with them, or like relationship advice, whatever, and they're just like moping around, looking sorry for themselves, like, oh, like giving you that. I'm like, it's that Lilith Cancer. Don't fall for it. They playing you. They playing you. They're playing you. Don't fall for it. No, no, no. They're playing you. If they're not taking accountability for their actions, but they're looking sad, they're you. Then it's in the 8th house, so you have that extra power behind it to know how to get to someone's psyche, to make them feel sorry for you, to make them feel guilty. That is like your secret superpower. I'm scared of you. Anywho, y'all, thank y'all. Sorry, your Lilith is in Libra in the 11th house, baby. Dina, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, anywho. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in on this Monday. Please, in the comments down below, especially when I log off, tell me what you want me to go live about next. Y'all, I know these rising sign videos are taking 9 years to come out. I've just been having a really hard time to find time to sit and actually record and do some things. I know you're like, girl, didn't you just record this live right now? You could have been recording rising Pisces, rising Leo, rising Aquarius, but that's besides the point. But still, these rising signs are coming to you. I may just do the rising signs on live, because that is what is more easy for me and what I have time to do and what I can make time to do. But please comment down below what you would like to talk about in the actual comments, so that I can see them later. What you would like to talk about in future readings, yada yada yada. If you have any zodiac questions, anything, book a reading, bam. My link is in the descriptions down below. I don't contact anybody for readings. I will never reach out to you and be like, hey, what's your sign? Let me give you a reading. I'm never that girl. You only come to me on Instagram. I'm Nailyah Serenity. No extra eyes, no underscores, no dots, no nothing. So yeah, with all that being said, thank y'all so much for y'all support. Thank y'all for interacting with me. My website is basically finished. I'm just putting some finishing touches on it, so y'all will have somewhere quick. Soon we're gonna start doing classes, actual classes, not just chit chats and all that good stuff. So once again, thank y'all for watching. My name is Nailyah. My name's Nailyah. Yeah, my name's Nailyah Serenity. Bye, girl. Thanks for watching.